This is Abby, and in this video, I'm going to go over how you can help condition a dog to like an interaction. Now, in this case, Abby goes out, she gets Cockaburs in her fur down here, and she's bitten her guardian when he's trying to pull them out. And so a lot of us, we don't think of that. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to pull the Cockabur. But if I got a Cockabur, it's already probably been pulling on my hair. It probably is irritated. I've been probably scratching it, trying to get off. Probably makes it an uncomfortable experience. So when the human tries to do it, even if we hold the hair and we're trying to pull it out, it's still probably not going to be uncomfortable. And if the dog ever turns its head or lowers its head or backs away when you're trying to engage with it, that's the dog's way of saying, I don't agree with what you're doing, or I don't like it, or whatever it is. So always be aware of how the dog is interacting. If you look at Abby right now, her ears are up, she's looking at me, her body is kind of relaxed, she's taking treats, she's feeling very comfortable. Now, a lot of what we do is we do the whole thing all at once. Now, that lean tells me she's not 100% comfortable. She leaned in to interact with me a little bit, but she didn't come closer. That's okay, but it's these little subtle degrees we need to look on. So what I want to do is I want to get her conditioned so I can touch her here. And I might not be able to achieve it in this video, and that's okay. Don't rush. You got to go at the dog's space. So what I want to do is I want my action to mean that she's going to get a treat. So I reach like this. That's a really good sign right there. So I reach a little bit like this, and then I give her a treat. So what I'm saying is my reach is going to equal getting a treat at the end. And she didn't turn her head. She didn't back away. Matter of fact, she leaned in. So I can go a little bit further. She touches. Now she's touching me there. I'm interpreting her touching me, and I think Laura's going to agree with me, as I like you reaching towards me, but I don't want you to go too far. So we're not going to go too far. We're not going to push too far past what the dog can actually do. And I'm going to actually hold it up here. There we go. So my movement means that I get a treat. So because from what I'm seeing, I don't think I'm going to get where I want to go in this one video, and that's okay, because in dog behavior and when you're working with dogs, you have to go very slow at the dog's pace so the dog feels comfortable. So what we're going to do is basically I move my hand, and the dog gets a treat. Eventually you get to the point where you'll be able to touch the dog's neck here, and then you give it a treat. You're not going to grab anything. And once you can touch with one finger, maybe you touch with 2 fingers and give the dog a treat. Then and when the dog feels very relaxed, and this might be several practice sessions, then maybe you just take a little tuck of hair, don't pull it hard so it hurts, just grasp it and let go, and then give the dog a treat. So after a while, the dog gets more and more comfortable, so when you reach and touch me under my chin, which some dogs have a problem with, it means that I'm going to get a treat. I'm just going to give you that one for free. You can have the crumbs. So the idea is we're conditioning the dog that action isn't a negative, and it is going to result in something positive for the dog. Now, when you actually get to where you want to cut out the Cockabur, well, that's the scissors moving towards is going to be probably hard. The sound of the scissors, the sensation of the scissors. So we want to practice through all those individual things. So what I might do is take some scissors and go snip, snip. So just the sound of the scissors, which is not close to the dog, equals getting a treat. Then I would probably take the scissors and I go like this with the scissors and take them away, and then the dog gets a treat. So again, we're breaking all the individual steps down so the dog doesn't see any problem with any of the things that we're doing. And eventually we work up to the point where we come over, we pull the hair out, we snip it, and then the dog gets the treat afterwards. You can use the same principle if you're going to teach your dog to trim its nails. A lot of dogs don't like having their nails touched. You got an ear scratch? That came perfect timing. You got like theme music. You move and then... All right. So if I want to touch the dog's toes, it would be the same principle. I reach back, and she's saying I'm uncomfortable with that, so I'm stopping at that point. So the first stage would be just reaching for the hand, for the toe, and eventually it gets to the point where you can touch the toe. And in this case, I'd probably teach the dog to kind of paw at me so it can put its paw in my hand. And eventually you're grasping the digit, then you're touching the digit, and so on. So again, small individual steps. And if the dog ever bites you when you're trying to engage with it like this, the dog is saying, I told you like 10 steps ago, I didn't like what you're doing, and you kept on moving forward, so I had to bite you because you weren't listening. Puppy, puppy.
Dad just left.
There we go. Come. All right, so whether this is trimming your dog's nails, pulling a Cockabur out, or whatever it is, make it the easiest version of the activity possible, breaking down an individual step, so a small step, then at the end of the step, the dog gets a treat, but the dog can't be any reactive. It's growling, baring its teeth, staring at you, turning its head, looking its head, moving away. That's the dog's way of saying it doesn't like it. Abby! Puppy, puppy, puppy! This is my buddy Abby. Come. And these are some tips that you can use if you have a dog that doesn't like it being touched or handled.